born in Tamil Nadu in a small town in Tanjore district. Tanjore district then was much bigger, and went to a small town high school. It wasn't any international school or anything, very low end high school, the government school, and in Tamil medium up to the high school. And the lot of one thing that we got from there is very little distraction and much more focused activities. It doesn't mean a lot of studies, but the teachers were there for us to help us out whenever we needed. And especially if you are doing reasonably well in the class, then the teachers also probably are very fond of you and then give even additional guidance and support. So it was very inspirational days for us in the very early days.
So, in looking at Tanjore, all the the very very intelligent contributors to India have come from there. Just to understand, do you think it is something from the school system, or is it the families that are there, or just the way it is, or?
I think they're willing to go that extra mile to go and explore different things, and also a lot of those things are in the family system. Even if you take a lot of these Carnatic music, there were a huge number of professionals coming from Tanjore district and performing arts. So it's not just the education or scientists, all across they were doing very well, and that the way that people were brought up, I think it gave that opportunity to everyone.
I heard about the teachers, and the care they can take, but what else in the bringing up was important to you?
Especially during my time, there was very little distraction other than the family coming together. It's all combined family, and those who were in the other cities would come to the town during the summer holidays, and they shared their knowledge and how well they have done after being in small towns and going back. So it gave a lot of inspiration to the youngsters. I know though ours was a very small town, my neighbor who is quite elder to me, actually he did well, and he was actually part of the Tata and Fundamental Research Institute, and he worked there. Later, a few years later, he moved to US in 60s, and he used to visit very frequently, and he used to tell us, okay, if we put our focus on studies, it doesn't mean just study all the time. Whatever you do well, you will have very good success, and you will go to places. Okay, that's what he used to tell. And we always looked for some of these really successful people from our town and take examples. And then when I go very frequently to my hometown, and I tell them, okay, you don't need to be in schools that are the top tier 1 schools. Even average schools, if you do well, you can definitely go into the better colleges and then do well from there on.
Okay. So let's say I'm in the nice category of having an interest. Many people may not know. How do I identify that something that is, let's say I'm in the category of not knowing. How do I get to an area I say, this is something I really like?
Absolutely. As I mentioned, I didn't know that what I would be doing, but I think eventually you will probably lead even without you knowing that this is what I'm interested in, and maybe it is pure luck you happen to be in that. Hopefully it aligns with your interest. If it's not, obviously you don't want to get stuck just because your parents told you to do engineering but your interests are completely indifferent. Don't be an average in what you did not decide to be but happen to be. Change the world. Okay, you were never it is too late to change anything. Better be on the top of the field that you are going to work on or spend your rest of your life, rather than just being an average. Because just because you studied a subject, don't stuck if you don't have any interest. Try to look at it how you can take. Maybe the electronics you studied, but the interest is the medical field. Maybe you can use some of the electronics applications in the medical field. Okay, go and learn more about that, how you can use the same thing into medical world, medical electronics. Learn more about your system, okay, and then get into the applications of that. So somehow you need, or maybe it is music. You can apply how the electronics can be used in the music, okay, in the sound or any of the other applications. So try to somehow bring some of your learning into the new world.
Okay.